Hey guys, it's Jedd from Disrupt Tutoring. Great to have you here. We're going to go through a bit of maths today, and we're going to look at a percentage question. And we've taken this question out of a past paper set by the government, so definitely something to look out for in your future tests and exams. Before we dive in, let's have a look at the question. We've got what percentage is 1,200 of 5,000? Now this 1,200 of 5,000 is quite important, and that of is telling us to represent 1,200 over 5,000. So it's asking us for the ratio of 1,200 over 5,000. So that's how we represent that part of the question. Now the percentage part of the question is we're needing to convert this ratio to some number between 0 and 100. So whenever you see percentage, you automatically times that ratio by 100. And we're going to put that over 1. We're going to put that over 1 so that it's easy for us to multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. And we know that dividing anything by 1, the number stays the same. So we haven't changed anything. Now, before we move on to the next step, we need to consider what we can do in this first step. We could go straight into times in the top and the bottom together. But what I want to do, and I'm doing this so that you guys know to look out for any cross-cancelling opportunities just to make your life easier in the tests and exams. So what I'm going to do is, do you notice how this ends in 2 zeros and this ends in 3 zeros? What's nifty is we can just cancel those zeros at the end, okay, until there are no more zeros. And what have we done? We've essentially found the highest common factor between these two numbers, okay, which turns out to be 100. And we've divided this by 100, and we've divided this by 100. So dividing 100 by 100 gives you 1, and dividing 5,000 by 100 gives you 50, okay? So because we've divided the entire thing, we've taken this whole thing and we've times it by 100 over 100, we're essentially timesing it by 1. So again, we've done nothing to change anything, all right? We've just made it look simpler for us to calculate and get to a final answer. Okay, so we're left with 1,200. How did I get there? 1,200 times the 1. And I've got a 50 times 1 in the denominator. So that's going to be 1,200 over 50. And now, what can we do? So we can use that nifty thing we saw in the previous line, where we cancelled out the zeros right at the end until there aren't any zeros left. And that means we are left with 120 over 5. So 120 over 5. Now, a lot of you guys are going to pull out a calculator and you're going to try and calculate this quick and easily. And I don't blame you for that. But the thing is, in your tests and exams, you're not going to be able to bring a calculator in with you. So you've got to know how to do this without one. Now, what we can do is we can do a little bit of short division, and it's not going to take long at all. So we know we're going to see what happens when we put the 5 into the 1 first. So 5 goes into 1, we know it can't, and we carry that over, and that becomes 12. So 5 goes into 12, how many times? It goes in there twice, and we know there's 2 left over after doing that. Now that becomes 20. 5 goes into 20 4 times, and because we've times this ratio by 100, we need to include that percentage sign, and that would be our answer. Is that one of the answers available? Yes, thank goodness. We know we're right because the answer is one of the options, and that is how you get 1 mark in your end of year exam. I know a lot of effort, but a lot of good skills here. Before I go, guys, I just want to make a shout out to Bonny's Waterworld. They're an epic swimming school in the south of Johannesburg and the east of Johannesburg, and they focus they mainly deliver swimming lessons to youngsters. They can teach you how to swim, and they can prep you for swimming at the highest level. So definitely something to consider if you're keen on learning a new skill, or if you've got the skill and you're looking to develop it even further, or if you've got a younger brother or sister who are keen to learn how to swim. And that's all from me, guys. Really great having you here today. Until the next time, stay epic.